Hello singing friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. Today I'm going to be reacting to Quarter After Three with their song Holding On Again. And Mike writes another great original and creative track from this Toronto family trio. David Menudakis is contemplating things in a Toronto area winter night. More great singing from Sarah and fantastic composition and playing from Andrea. And of course, great drumming and sound and video production from David. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see what Quarter After Three are up to. Cool, very, very cool. So I'm just gonna pause it there for a moment. First of all, I love the video. I think it's really interesting, you know, it's so film noir. I could almost see this being like a murder mystery or something, you know what I mean? So it immediately piqued my interest, and I like that it's something different than what we've seen before with them in their studio, although I do love those videos as well, but it's nice to just like mix it up and have something different. And when the chorus started and he started dancing, I totally didn't expect that to happen. So in like a good way, you know, it was like, oh, okay. So I really like the video so far. And, you know, in terms of Sarah's voice, it's so funny to me that she doesn't have any like blues or jazz training, because her voice sounds so jazzy in the way that she slides into the pitch, you know? It's like, ooh, you know, whatever the melody is, rather than like hitting the note directly on in the center of the pitch, you know? So like if she's going like, that would be like the center of the pitch, right? But it's like, oh, she connects them. And that's like a very jazzy, bluesy way of singing. I also really like how in the verse, her tone is very relaxed. And then when she gets to the chorus, she really turns on the power. And I like, at one point, she throws her voice, like she does a slide, but it's non-pitch specific. So it's not like she's aiming for a particular note. It's just almost like a gesture with her voice. Let me see if I can find it, because it's a little hard to understand what I'm saying if I'm not demonstrating it. That right there, the usual, it almost sounds like she's not like aiming for an exact pitch, you know? It's just like this emotion, and it's like a painter is like splashing paint on the canvas, you know? And like wherever it lands, then she comes back to the pitch that goes with the underlying chord. But that moment is really free and just like a gesture, you know? And it reminds me of Jeff Buckley, the way that he would sing and throw his voice sometimes and do that like non-pitch specific gesture singing. So I thought that was very, very cool. And it demonstrates, the reason I like it is because it just demonstrates this like comfort, you know, that like only the artist who wrote this song, or like, you know, the sister of the artist who wrote the song or whatever, could sing it like that, because they're just so comfortable with the melody and the format of the song that they can be so free with it and it sounds good, you know, like it almost sounds like it's like improvising, but it's like not outside of what sounds good, you know what I mean? Like there's like improvising that sounds like a real accident, and there's improvising that just sounds like you're playing within the rules that you've set for yourself and pushing the boundaries a little bit, you know what I mean? So it sounds very, very cool. I really like it. That was interesting there. Did you hear the punch, right? So you can tell that it's not like a single take all the way through, right? Because she finishes the phrase and then she tracked her voice again. So it like overlaps a little bit there. So that was interesting. Just a little Easter egg there. It's safe for me to fall when I turn, say when I turn. Use your patterns from A to Z. Ain't gonna cut it anymore for me. Ain't gonna cut it anymore for me. Very cool video. So I really like at the end where the music gets a little bit more like psychedelic, you know, and he almost looked like he was like gonna levitate or something, or like when he started spinning like a whirling dervish, you know, there was like something, it matched really well. Like it seemed like he was trying to do some kind of like sorcery or something, and the music sounded really like psychedelic and out there. At the beginning, I was thinking it might have been cool to have like another scene in the video and like cut between them and have some like action, you know, where it is kind of like more of a film noir mystery or something. But I think it is a really cool shot, the way that they framed it, and having it just be like one take all the way through. And I thought that David did like a really interesting job of like, you know, moving his hands, and like the way that he like fell at the end was really cool. So I ended up really liking the one take video. But, you know, let me know your thoughts. I feel like they could do even like a more high concept video with like a story at some point, and that would be really cool. They just seem like so creative, you know? So I would love to see kind of like a mini movie by them with one of their songs. And yeah, just love Sarah's voice, you know, love her way of singing, and she's just become so good at it, you know? And I think her voice is so distinctive. So when you hear her, you could really recognize her voice, which I think is something that's missing from pop music right now. You know, a lot of the singers kind of sound very similar, and sometimes you'll hear a song and like not know if it's like Katy Perry or like Sabrina Carpenter or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they all kind of sound similar. And she has a very distinctive way of singing that's totally her own. And I love when artists kind of develop outside of the mainstream and do their own thing, and they just bring so much more uniqueness to the table. And especially since it's all kind of like in the family, you know, and they're all so creative and they're all so good at what they do, that you can have this like very high quality production that is outside of the mainstream and very unique and bringing something like really fresh and interesting. So I thought it was really cool. I continue to love this band and really enjoy seeing their trajectory and how they're maturing and getting better and better at what they do. And I actually really appreciated that this wasn't like an 8-minute long kind of like jazz exploration, you know what I mean? Like it was like a tight song. Not that I don't enjoy those more experimental things from them, but it is really refreshing to have like a song that feels like it gets in and gets out, you know, and it's like memorable and tight and really good, well crafted. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and thank you for sharing this with me, Mike. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care, and of course, happy singing. Bye.